What's going on, guys, and welcome to some more FNAF, the entire FNAF timeline. So this is a video created by FNAF. You guys probably know me, is quite big in the FNAF industry. I reacted this video like 2 months ago, and I got the 20 minutes and 57 seconds, so I'm a good bit through the video. So in this video, I'm going to go through the entire video now, the entire 39 minutes, reacting to the entire FNAF lore. And then I'm going to take a quiz at the very end to see how much I understand the FNAF lore. So where I got to currently is that William Afton needed the perfect way to capture the kids. FNAF is going to explain how this happened. So before I continue, let's turn on the subtitles. And as always, guys, make sure to subscribe if you enjoy. We are at 604 subscribers, so try to get me to 700 subscribers by the end of the May. I'll be very much appreciated. Without further ado, let's get into FNAF, the entire FNAF timeline.
The show will begin momentarily.
Okay, so we got Circus Baby here.
Stay in your seats.
Yeah, okay.
Enter Circus Baby and the Funtime animatronics. These robots were
Okay.
specifically built
These are
by
from the sister
Afton to
location,
capture
right?
Kids, featuring
Okay.
Circus Baby, Funtime Freddy, Funtime Foxy,
Yeah.
and Ballora. They feature advanced technology.
See, I know a bit of FNAF lore, guys, because obviously I've been watching it for a bit now. Obviously, I know that Funtime animatronics are in the sister location game. I think Baby is William Afton's daughter, Elizabeth. I could be wrong now, but that's what I think. I understand.
Such as parental tracking, voice mimicking / luring, and storage tanks. Circus Baby, the star of the group, was even able to make ice cream as a way to lure kids to her.
How did she make ice cream, though?
Close, a giant claw would reach out, grab them, and lock them in the animatronics storage tank. Some
where
of the
they
board
fitting?
members from Fazbear Entertainment were suspicious of these new animatronics.
She can dance. She can sing. She's equipped with a built-in helium tech for inflating balloons right at her fingertips. She can take song requests. She can even dispense ice cream.
With all due respect, those aren't the design choices we were curious about, Mr.
They are
Afton
weird.
even created a new restaurant for these.
They are weird design choices. Obviously, it could be seen as like, okay, it's easy to make ice cream for an animatronic. It saves employees time. But yeah, I mean, this guy, I literally, how many, like at least 3 establishments now shut down for the same reason, and we're not suspicious of him yet. Like, surely, right, there'll be an investigation. You know, Afton, this guy opens loads of pizzerias, and kids always go missing. There's a pattern here, bro. There's a pattern. I don't know how we're not recognizing it.
Animatronics called Circus Baby's Pizza World. Elizabeth, William Afton's daughter, was fascinated by Circus Baby. All she wanted to do was play with her, but Afton wouldn't let her.
Daddy, why won't you let me play with her?
Why is Elizabeth British? Why is she like, why won't you let me play with her? Like, I thought that, are these guys not American? Why is she British? Ah, bro, I think we're gonna have a word with William and who he was sleeping with whenever Elizabeth was born.
You let the other children go see her. Why won't you let
Unless
me?
William is British, I don't think he
told her
is.
to stay away from
Pretty sure he's
the
American.
animatronic, but one day she didn't listen. On the opening day of Circus Baby's Pizza World, another domino would fall in Afton's life, and Elizabeth
here we
would
go.
soon
That's
be
what I
the
was talking
victim
about.
of his terrible misdeeds.
I can do something special. Did you know that?
Yeah,
I
that's
can make
Elizabeth.
ice cream, although I only did it once. What a wonderful day, though. I was in a small room with balloons and a few tables. I would always count the children. I'm not sure why. They usually played together in groups of 2 or 3. There were 4, then 3, then 2,
And then 1.
then 1.
Yep.
Time to play.
Okay, so this is Elizabeth, I'm assuming so, because she's fascinated by her. Bro, she is gonna get pulled in, bro. Oh no.
Ice cream.
Oh, Jesus. I'm just trying to say, by the way, the likelihood of this happening and a parent being there is quite high. Like, surely these guys are keeping an eye on their children, right? And the last thing they see is Circus Baby. Like, if the establishment is this advanced with these animatronics that can produce ice cream, and there's no security cameras on the floors at all, as the police would be hella suspicious of William at this point. There's no cameras, and all the time, use of these advanced animatronics, and the kids keep on going missing. You'll be like, okay, that's a bit suspicious, especially if they keep on going missing in the same fashion and the parents don't notice. I don't know, man.
Something happened when there was one. I was no longer myself. There was screaming for a moment, but only for a moment.
In an instant, Elizabeth was grabbed by Circus Baby and thrown into her stomach hatch. The sheer force of her being grabbed and thrown into the robot's storage tank was enough to kill her almost instantly. This is something that William wasn't able to test. That was until his daughter became the test. William Afton now lost another one of his kids, but this time it was all his fault. After just one day of being open, Circus Baby's Pizza World was shut down. Afton covered up the incident by telling the public that the restaurant shut down due to gas leaks. But not every...
Bro, how much is this guy going to get away with before we're suspicious?
Everyone bought that store.
Okay, thankfully good.
The local newspaper wrote about the incident, saying, in other news, the grand opening of Circus Baby's Pizza World has apparently been cancelled due to reported gas leaks in the building. Sources close to the establishment questioned the report, saying that strange activity around the area at night suggests something else.
Yes, exactly, bro. I'm glad we were catching on.
Saying, everything just stopped. There was so much excitement built around this place opening, and then they just stopped talking about it. A tenant from across the street claims to have witnessed a large group of cars surrounding the building during the night, and large pieces of equipment being taken out of the building under tarps. A few weeks later, the building was for sale. There is no comment yet from the local entrepreneur who financed the venture.
I'm glad people are starting to be suspicious.
William Afton successfully covered up everything. He was able to bring Circus Baby and the Funtime animatronics back down into his bunker, but once he got them
I forgot about that. Is a bunker underneath his house. So this guy has a full-on bunker underneath this house, man. How much money does this guy have? How is that even built?
One distinct feature about Circus Baby was her blue eyes. But what once was blue eyes now were green, the same color as Elizabeth's. In that moment, he knew that his daughter's soul attached itself to the robot. Her soul lived on in Circus Baby. Afton knew that the way Charlie went on to possess the puppet was sloppy, and it was hard to recreate without getting caught. But what if the kids' bodies were hidden where no one would ever look? What if, just like his daughter, their bodies were stuffed into the animatronics? For Afton, Elizabeth's death quickly went from just another inconvenience to a scientific breakthrough. Afton was one step closer to harnessing the power of life itself. But one successful experiment wasn't enough. Just like the fear experiments he built in the bunker, he needed to replicate exactly...
Oh yes, guys, if you didn't watch, the fear experiments was like he got kids in a bedroom and put gas inside of the room so they would start hallucinating like the nightmare animatronics inside the bedroom, except for because there was actually animatronics on wheels, so it wasn't that scary, but the fear gas kind of made them see it as if they were actually moving and they were actually nightmare animatronics.
He needed to recreate the accident, and he knew exactly how he was going to do it. Using the Funtime animatronics again wasn't an option. Circus Baby's Pizza World was shut down, and the public was already getting too suspicious of the animatronics. But he didn't need the Funtime animatronics. He was going to run the experiment himself. On June 26, 1985, William Afton made his way to Freddy Fazbear.
Why does animatronics even send William Afton? I can't hear him saying Afton.
There, he would put on the old spring Bonnie suit from Fredbear's to lure 5 kids into the back room.
Took a swim with my new friend.
Okay.
Didn't care, I jumped right.
Behind you, bro, I see a scurry ass animatronic. IP.
Looking for a friend? The water's clear, come swim with me.
What the hell are these people's parents, man? How are these kids' parents not seeing this? Oh, this is the original establishment, right? 1985. No, it wouldn't be. Because it was 1993 was the original establishment. Okay.
One by one, Afton killed them and stuffed their bodies into the animatronics. Susie was first, being stuffed into Chica. Gabriel went into Freddy, Jeremy into Bonnie, Fritz into Foxy, and then there was Cassidy, who went into Fredbear, aka Golden Freddy. At this point, Afton had no idea that the crying child spirit was in Golden Freddy, so he didn't think twice about shoving Cassidy in there. The way Afton killed Cassidy, though, was different from the rest. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy were just regular animatronics. animatronics. Afton had no choice but to kill them, then stuff them into the suits. But Golden Freddy wasn't just a regular animatronic, it was a Springlock suit.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Springlock suit that took his youngest son's life. Afton was aware of how dangerous the Springlocks were. Any bit of moisture or too much movement would cause them to snap shut, slowly killing whoever was inside. So that's exactly what he did to Cassidy. He put him into the suit and watched as the Springlocks snapped shut, cementing Cassidy's death as the most brutal of them all. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, and Golden Freddy weren't the only animatronics sitting in the back room of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, though. They were joined by the security puppet, which contained the soul of Henry's daughter, Charlie. Once Afton was gone, Charlie jumped into action, almost acting as a guide for their souls, properly giving them life inside of each animatronic. After the incident, the kids were quickly reported missing by their families, and although the security cameras caught Afton luring the kids away, he wasn't able to fully get in trouble. Since he was wearing the Spring Bonnie suit, they were never able to prove it was actually him. Afton also hid the kids' bodies where no one would ever look, so the bodies were never found. Unbelievably, Afton was able to get away with yet another crime. Because of all the bad press that came from the missing children's incident, people stopped coming to the pizzeria. After months of customers no longer showing up, Fazbear Entertainment officially shut down Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Shortly after the pizzeria shut down, Afton decided to pull the Funtime animatronics out of retirement and finally get his underground facility fully operational. He knew he couldn't try opening another Circus Baby's restaurant, so he had a new idea.
Due to the massive success, and even more so the unfortunate closing of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, it was clear that the stage was set, no pun intended, for another contender in children's entertainment. Unlike most entertainment venues, our robotic entertainers are rented out for private parties during the day.
Afton opened Circus Baby's Entertainment and Rental. This way, he could rent out the Funtime animatronics to local birthday parties, capture kids, and bring them back to his...
Oh, how though? How are you getting away with this?
To be experimented on. While Afton was running his rental business, Fazbear Entertainment was determined to try opening another pizzeria. In the summer of 1987, Fazbear Entertainment opened the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, this time with brand new versions of their original characters. These were called the Toy Animatronics, and they were once again built by Henry.
I know this
Henry
was pretty sure.
Of what happened in 1985, and especially of what happened to his daughter, so he was determined to make sure that never happened again. These new toy animatronics were equipped with facial recognition systems that were linked directly to a criminal database. The security puppet was also brought out of retirement, but instead of working security, it sat quietly in the prize corner. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, Golden Freddy, and Spring Bonnie were also moved to the new pizzeria, and it's revealed that these animatronics were mostly used for spare parts.
By now, I'm sure you've noticed the older models sitting in the back room. Those are from the previous location, and we just use them for parts now. The idea at first was to repair them, but they were just so ugly, you know? The smell.
This means that the haunted metal of the original Freddy's animatronics was now being put into the toy animatronics, causing the toys to also now be possessed. After Afton got away with the first set of murders, he needed to see if the kids' spirits were possessing the animatronics. In order to see for himself, Afton went back to work at the new pizzeria as a daytime security guard. While Afton was working the day shift, Jeremy Fitzgerald was working the night shift. Jeremy worked there for 5 nights, and unfortunately for him, because the kids possessing the animatronics were killed by an adult, they were extremely aggressive to any adult they encountered.
They interact with the kids just fine, but when they encounter an adult, they just stare.
Meanwhile, Afton decided to pull the same trick he did at the old Freddy's location, gaining 5 more victims.
Someone used one of the suits. We had a spare in the back, a yellow one. Someone used it.
Afton used the Spring Bonnie suit to pull the same stunt again on 5 more kids. But as he was committing the murders, Charlie, from inside the puppet, was actively trying to save the kids. She tried enlisting the help of the other animatronics,
why does this guy do all this though, for doing this to kids?
Not only that, him seeing the puppet and Freddy walking around the pizzeria trying to stop him was all the proof he needed that his experiments were successful. The kids he put into the original suits were haunting the animatronics. But there was one problem. Afton knew that the haunted metal of the endoskeletons was the key to everything, but the animatronics were trapped at the pizzeria. There was no way he could bring them back to his underground bunker. He couldn't get to the animatronics if the pizzeria was still open and active, so he needed to find a way to make sure the pizzeria shuts down and fast. Instead of stuffing the new set of victims into the toy animatronics, he decided to leave the kids out in plain sight, scattered throughout the pizzeria.
What?
This was a guaranteed way to get the pizzeria shut down. A few hours after Afton committed the murders, Jeremy Fitzgerald showed up for his night shift, unaware of what happened that day.
Hello. What on earth are you doing there? Didn't you get the memo? The place is closed down, at least for a while. Listen, just finish your shift. It's safer than trying to leave in the middle of the night. We have one more event scheduled for tomorrow, a birthday. You'll be on day shift. Wear your uniform. Stay close to the animatronics and make sure they don't hurt anyone, okay?
The next day during
Wait, so if he left like kids lying around, how was this not seen on the cameras then? Because I don't know. Okay.
Jeremy's day shift, one of the animatronics bit him in the head. This was infamously known as the Bite of 87. Meanwhile, Afton successfully got the pizzeria shut down. The local newspaper wrote about the incident, saying after being open only a few short weeks, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is closing its doors. The new animatronics will be scrapped due to possible malfunctions. However, the original characters are being kept in hopes of a possible reorganization of the company.
Alright, but surely after this many times, he cannot reopen any more restaurants, man. This is too suspicious now.
Since the toy animatronics were now being scrapped, he knew he could get away with taking their endoskeletons. But he also knew that he couldn't risk showing his face at the pizzeria again. So he got his oldest son, Michael, to do the work for him. William was easily able to get Michael to do whatever he wanted. William was abusive and manipulative, while Michael was haunted by the guilt of what he did to his younger brother. Because of this, Michael basically acted as William's puppet. Michael showed up for the night shift at the now closed Freddy Fazbear's Pizza under a code name, Fritz Smith. At the end of his shift, he successfully stole the toy animatronics endoskeletons for his father, causing him to get fired his first day on the job due to tampering with the animatronics. As it said in the local newspaper, Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy were going to be fixed up and reused, and that's exactly what they did. After the 1987 Freddy's location shut down, they opened yet another location, this time using the exact same building as the first Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. As you can imagine, this didn't work out great for the business. People already had a bad impression of Fazbear Entertainment, so using the same building that the original murders took place in didn't help business. Customers barely showed up to the new pizzeria, leading it to shut down by the end of 1993. Although this was bad news for Fazbear Entertainment,
just give up, bro.
This was great news for William Afton. Afton was able to acquire the endos of the toy animatronics, but that wasn't enough. He needed all of the haunted endoskeletons, especially the ones in the original animatronics. Once the pizzeria shut down, Afton came up with a plan to steal the endos from the animatronics. Each pizzeria was designed with something called a safe room.
As always, if there is ever an emergency, please go to the designated safe room. Every location is built with one extra room that is not included in the digital map layouts programmed to the animatronics or security systems. This room is hidden to customers, invisible to animatronics, and is always off camera.
This room was hidden from guests and invisible to the animatronics. Afton would use this to his advantage, luring each of the animatronics to the safe room and dismantling them one by one. The kids possessing these animatronics were the same kids he lured into the back room all those years ago. He planned to use the same trick to lure the same kids all over again.
What is going on here? I like these little like cutscenes this guy's doing. It's kind of interesting. It makes it more like immersive. It's quite cool. It's all waking up, but this looks like the FNAF 1 location. So Freddy is going somewhere. I'm assuming to the safe room that's sort of like out of camera vision. Yeah, there they are, they're all dismantled. Foxy boy's gonna be behind him, somebody behind him, I know it. There is. Come on, Foxy, do something. Come on, bro, you got it. Oh, damn, bro, I was hoping Foxy could do it.
Once he finished dismantling each animatronic and stealing their endoskeleton, he brought them down to his underground bunker, where he would melt them all down into one liquid substance called Remnant. Not only did Afton rob these kids of their lives, he would use their souls long after they're gone for his own personal gain.
Applause, bro. No, that's applause, bro. Why is he hugging this kid, bro? Oh, man, no. That's not sad.
By melting down the endos, he
I'm gonna really think about it though. This, like, William Afton's a really messed up guy. Like, he literally has no remorse for any of this. Like, I'm pretty sure he's a psychopath. I mean, quite obviously he is, but like, man, it's crazy.
Created Remnant. This substance, containing the spirits of all of the missing children, was silver in color, and if kept at the right temperature, was malleable. Afton didn't want to risk testing the Remnant on himself, so he injected it into the Funtime animatronics. Once he did, the animatronics jumped to life. The experiment had worked. William Afton
William Afton's actually a genius in a way.
After this successful experiment, he went back to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza to collect his old spring Bonnie suit. But once he got there, he was met with the spirits of the 5 missing children, trapping him inside the safe room. Cassidy, the spirit inside Golden Freddy, chased Afton around the room and forced him to get into the spring Bonnie suit. Cassidy was the most vengeful spirit of them all. Being spring-locked in the Fredbear suit was a painful and slow death, and he wanted to make sure that Afton knew what that felt like. At this point, Afton knew how a spirit could live on. As long as he was inside the suit, he knew he'd be back.
I always come back is the main, is his catchphrase.
As Afton laughed, the spring locks snapped shut, forcing him to go through what Cassidy went through. This was an act of revenge by Cassidy, and it wouldn't be the last. Afton was now confined to the safe room of the now shut down Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and because of this, everything in his underground bunker was left abandoned. But even with Afton gone, the rental business continued on its own. All of the Funtime animatronics containing the spirits of the missing children and even his daughter Elizabeth were still being rented out during the day and then brought right back down to the bunker.
Who's doing this
then? All the spirits wanted to do was escape, but they were always put back underground. After Afton went missing, his eldest son Michael, who's been blindly helping his father, remembered what his father told him if he ever went missing. If William wasn't there to finish his work, Michael would do it for him. Afton's underground facility was always off limits to Michael, but since he was now gone, Michael had no choice. He took the elevator down to where his father worked every day. Although Michael was helping out his father by stealing some of the endos from the animatronics back in the day, he never exactly knew what William was doing until he got down into the bunker.
Okay, so you play as Michael in Sister Location, I'm assuming, right? Or am I misinterpreting this now?
Over the several days he visited the bunker, he learned more about what his father was up to. He learned about the massive facility his father built, complete with multiple rooms conducting fear experiments. He learned the truth behind the Funtime animatronics and how they were actually designed to kidnap kids. And he learned through the voice of Baby exactly how his sister died.
A little girl, standing by herself, my stomach opened, and there was ice cream. I couldn't move, at least, not until she stepped closer.
But as the week went on, Baby was conducting a plan of her own. A plan to escape the bunker using Michael's body. Elizabeth was no longer the person Michael remembered her as. She was entirely devoted to her father and would do anything to make him proud of her. At the end of the week, all of the Funtime animatronics endos were scooped out, with all of them combining into one animatronic called Ennard. This creature, containing the spirits of the missing kids and Elizabeth, knew they wouldn't be able to escape the bunker looking like an animatronic. They needed a human body to walk around in.
Is that why at the end of like every Night and Sister location, like it was like a cutscene of like Michael walking down the street, but each day it became like more and more like discolored? Is that why? It's like they were using his body?
You are in the scooping room now. Funtime Foxy has already been here today. Funtime Freddy has already been here today. Laura has already been here today. Circus Baby has already been here today. I've been out before, but they always put me back. They always put us back inside. There's nowhere for us to hide here. There is nowhere to go when we look like this. But if we looked like you, then we could hide. If we looked like you, then we would have somewhere to go. The scooper only hurts for a moment.
Yeah, bro, Michael, you're cooked.
Michael Afton's insides got scooped out and replaced by Ennard, helping all of the souls to escape the facility. With every passing day after this happened, Michael looked more and more like a walking zombie. His skin was starting to turn purple, and people started to notice. Michael's body was no longer a good disguise for Ennard, so Ennard ejected itself from Michael. But because the scooper was also a remnant injector, when Michael Afton was scooped, he was also injected with Remnant. The Remnant made it so even after Ennard was gone, he was still able to survive. With Michael now back in full control of his body, he had a new mission. Although he did, one way or another, successfully free his sister from the underground facility, he also learned about all of his father's terrible misdeeds. His loyalty to his father turned to disgust. It was time for him to end all of this.
Okay, so now he's finally got like his own thing.
Michael, I did it.
His own mind.
I found it. It was right where you said it would be. They were all there. They didn't recognize me at first, but then they thought I was you.
So the Afton family's British.
Found her.
I didn't know that.
Put her back together, just like you asked me to. She's free now, but something is wrong with me. I should be dead, but I'm not. I've been living in shadows. There is only one thing left for me to do now. I'm going to come find you. I'm going to come find you.
Okay, that doesn't sound like Michael much longer. Oh, hello.
Michael would spend years searching for his father with no luck, until a new ad in the local newspaper caught his attention. Someone decided to open something called Fazbear's Fright, the horror attraction. Local amusement park is getting ready to scare your socks off with a new attraction based on the unsolved mysteries of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Featuring actual relics from the decades-old pizzeria, this new attraction is guaranteed to bring back your childhood in the worst possible way. As if using the crimes of his father to make a profit wasn't bad enough, they also went back to the old pizzerias and collected any objects they could find to put on display at the attraction.
That's legal, by the way.
Immediately applied for the job of a security guard with the sole intention of burning the place to the ground. When he got there, he saw the remnants of his past, the shells of all of the animatronics, missing every single one of their endoskeletons. He knew they could only find the shells of the animatronics because he and his father stole their endoskeletons all those years ago, leaving only the shells behind. On day 2 of working at the attraction, he got word that they found a real animatronic.
You're not gonna believe this. We found one. A real one.
This real animatronic ended up being his father, still inside the Spring Bonnie suit he died in decades ago. Even though his father was now in the building with him, he still decided to go through on his plan, all in an effort to end his father once and for all. Michael then rigged the wiring in the building to catch fire, burning the horror attraction to the ground with his father inside.
Somebody goes like, Michael, like, don't leave me here, because he's panicking.
The local newspaper would write about the fire, saying a new local attraction based on an ancient pizzeria chain burned down overnight. Authorities have not ruled out foul play, but at the moment it seems to have been caused by faulty wiring. Although the fire destroyed most of everything in the building, William, miraculously, was able to survive. William was now free, roaming the outside world along with the souls of the missing children, Elizabeth, and Charlie.
How is he walking about?
The puppet. Since Michael wasn't able to end everything, someone else needed to step in. That someone was Henry Emily. Afton's old business partner and father of Charlie heard about the fire at Fazbear's Fright, along with the rumors of the various animatronic creatures now roaming the streets. Henry was determined to put an end to all of this.
It's only now that I understand the depth of the depravity of this creature, this monster that I unwillingly helped to create. As if what he had already done wasn't enough, he found a new way to desecrate, to humiliate, to destroy. As if the suffering wasn't enough. The loss of innocence, the loss of everything to so many people. Small souls trapped in prisons of my making, now set to new purpose, and used in ways I never thought imaginable. He lured them all back to a familiar place, back with familiar tricks. He brought them all together. Are they still aware? I hope not. It keeps me awake at night. I could make myself sleep, but not yet. Not until I undo what he has done and heal this wound. A wound first inflicted on me, but then one that I let bleed out to cause all of this. He set some kind of trap. I don't know what it was, but he led them there again. He overpowered them again, and he robbed them of the only thing that they had again. I don't know how those tiny breaths of life came to inhabit those machines, but they will never find rest now. Not like this. I have to call them all back, all of them, together in one place.
By gathering all of the animatronics in one place and locking them in the same room, he would be able to burn them all to the ground for good, effectively freeing their spirits in the process. In order to do this, Henry created a new restaurant called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Place. He knew that the spirits and William couldn't resist coming back to a new location, even if it was all just a trap. Charlie was different though. She was smarter than the rest, so Henry knew she wouldn't be as easily fooled. So he created an animatronic called Lefty, standing for lure, encapsulate, fuse, transport, and extract.
Okay, I didn't know,
to capture the puppet and bring it to the pizzeria. While trying to find someone
that
helped him carry out his plan, one person showed up for the job. A person who was also determined to finally end all of this, Michael Afton. Day after day, the animatronics roaming the streets would show up in the alleyway next to the pizzeria.
It's like,
aka Elizabeth, the soul of the missing children, and the crying child, now appearing as Molten Freddy, Charlie and Lefty, and his father, William, all showed up in the back alley. Michael would then collect each animatronic and throw them into a facility under the pizzeria, designed to be a maze with no exit, where the animatronics would roam around without even knowing they're trapped, until the end of the week, where they would all be burned to the ground. With all of the souls, including William himself, now in one place, Henry's plan was in motion. As far as Elizabeth and William were concerned, this was a good thing. All of this remnant now in one place was all that they wanted, until Henry stepped in.
You played right into our hands. Did you really think that this job just fell out of the sky for you? No.
No.
This was a gift for us.
Oh no.
You gathered them all together in one place, just like he asked you to. All of those little souls in one place, just for us. A gift. Now we can do what we were created to do and be complete. I will make you proud, Daddy. Watch.
Okay, so what's Baby talking about?
And be full.
Connection terminated. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Elizabeth, if you still even remember that name, but I'm afraid you've been misinformed. You were not here to receive a gift, nor have you been called here by the individual you assume, although you have indeed been called. You have all been called here, in a labyrinth of sounds and smells, misdirection and misfortune. A labyrinth with no exit, a maze with no prize. You don't even realize that you are trapped. Your lust for blood has driven you in endless circles, chasing the cries of children in some unseen chamber, always seeming so near, yet somehow out of reach. But you will never find them, none of you will. This is where your story ends.
So Henry, I'm absolutely
It's you,
outsmarted
my
these
brave
guys.
volunteer, who somehow found this job listing not intended for you. Although there was a way out planned for you, I have a feeling that's not what you want. I have a feeling that you are right where you want to be. I am remaining as well. I am nearby. This place will not be remembered, and the memory of everything that started this can finally begin to fade away, as the agony of every tragedy should. And to you monsters trapped in the corridors, be still, and give up your spirits. They don't belong to you. For most of you, I believe there is peace, and perhaps more, waiting for you after the smoke clears. Although for one of you, the darkest pit of hell has opened to swallow you whole. So don't keep the devil waiting, old friend. My daughter, if you can hear me, I knew you would return as well. It's in your nature to protect the innocent. I'm sorry that on that day, the day you were shut out and left to die, no one was there to lift you up into their arms, the way you lifted others into yours. And then, what became of you? I should have known you wouldn't be content to disappear. Not my daughter. I couldn't save you then, so let me save you now. It's time to rest, for you, and for those you have carried in your arms. This ends, for all of us, in communication.
I was in a cold from Henry.
Henry putting fire to the animatronics may have freed the spirits from the metal of the robots, but some of them still needed help actually moving on into the afterlife. This help would come from Charlie. She helped guide the spirits into the robots. Now she would help them move on. In the world of Five Nights at Freddy's, the way a spirit can move on is by them being put into a happy memory. The memory Charlie chose actually comes from the crying child. And
when are you done this, guys? When are you done? Only 5 minutes left.
Charlie put that terrible, shattered memory back together. But this time, she would change it into a happy memory. Instead of the crying child getting bit on his birthday, Charlie changed it so that all of the missing kids and Charlie would celebrate him, giving him a giant birthday cake. By changing that terrible memory into a happy one and attaching all of the spirits to it, they were able to successfully pass into the afterlife.
And that's where like the end screen is, like with all of the suits emptied.
Like I said, they were all able to move on, except for one.
Oh, okay, we're going to hell here. Is this going to be William? Yes, it's William.
Cassidy, the most vengeful spirit of them all, wasn't done yet. He decided to attach his soul to William's, making sure that William was unable to move on. By attaching his spirit to William's, he was able to trap Afton in an endless loop of death. He made Afton relive every one of his terrible misdeeds.
This
the
is
fear
Ultimate Custom Night,
experiments,
right?
his underground bunker, and the pizzeria where Cassidy was killed. Afton experienced all of this while being attacked and killed over and over again by all of the animatronics from his past. Every time an animatronic would attack him, Cassidy would be there, reminding him that the suffering will never end.
We've only just begun. I will never let you leave.
I will never let you rest.
He tried to release you. He tried to release us, but I'm not gonna let that happen. I will hold you here. I will keep you here, no matter how many times they burn us.
Cassidy knew that Afton didn't deserve the afterlife. He deserved to pay for what he's done for
Fair
all
enough, yeah.
of eternity.
Yeah, respect. I respect Cassidy from that.
But if you keep up with the franchise, you know that that's not the end of the story. Like I said at the beginning of the video, making a FNAF timeline is not easy, no matter what anyone says. In broad strokes, you can explain the basic plot, but once you get down to the motivations and the why of everything, you have to start filling in the blanks yourself. Some people who've helped me fill in the blanks that I'd like to shout out are Right Host for his theory about Cassidy being spring-locked in Golden Freddy. I think that makes a lot of sense and is really satisfying for the narrative. Also, I'd like to shout out MattPat for his theory about Midnight Motorist. After trying to figure that minigame out for years, I think your explanation makes the most sense. It's important for me to say that no one, except for Scott Cawthon himself, knows the exact story he was trying to tell. So please make sure to watch other people's timelines as well, and come to your own conclusion on everything. And when the time is right, I'll be back to tackle the newer games in this franchise. Until then, make sure to subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Wow. Alright guys, make sure to check out this video. I'll obviously link it in the description, but now guys, it is time for the FNAF quiz. So I'm going to type up FNAF quiz. I'm going to do FNAF quiz. We're going to do the Ultimate FNAF quiz updated version. Okay, so this might be a bit long. Okay, so how does Freddy attack? Bro, I don't care. FNAF lore quiz. We need some lore. We don't need like a basic how does Freddy attack. We need the lore quiz. Who was William Afton's first victim? It was Susie, I believe. What game canonically happens in the timeline? It's FNAF 2, right? No. It's FNAF 4, I think. Which one is it? It was the crying child, right? Because it wasn't Michael, it wasn't Elizabeth. It was the crying child first. What is the name of that William Afton's personal company? Afton Robotics, right? Oh, bro, I feel like I should know this. Who is the original FNAF animatronic? Spring Bonnie, right? Or was it Fazbear? No, it's Fazbear, right? Where did William Afton kill the first 5 children? Shit. Was it this? Oh, bro, I actually feel like I'm gonna question this there because I need like there's 20. Okay, let's see. How does Funtime Freddy lure children? Well, no, it's not this because that's Baby. Surely that, right? I wasn't told that though. Who was the victim? It was Jeremy, the day shift security guard. How did William Afton die? The spirits of the children, pretty much, right? Yeah, I mean that's kind of true as well. He just changed his form. That's kind of true, yeah. How did the Funtime animatronics become entered? To scoop themselves. How long is the FNAF 3? I think it's 30 years, isn't it? 3 decades? Which of these is not a Phantom animatronic? I think Chica isn't one. Who is Cassette Man? Henry Emily, right? Because that's the guy on the cassette talking. Who are you playing as in Freddy's Fazbear Pizzeria? You're playing as Michael, right? Because you signed up for the job that Henry Emily put up. Who is not? Which is not an ending? Okay, see, I don't know if FNAF wanted, but I'm assuming this one. Well, who's the creator? Scott Cawthon. What is the name of the security guard in the first game? It's Mike Schmidt. In the Five Nights at Freddy's 2, in which character is a newer kid friendly version of Foxy? Mango. Which animatronic character is known for its tendency to twitch and spasm? It's Freddy? What is the name of the restaurant where the events of the original Five Nights at Freddy's take place? 14 out of 20? You know, it's actually okay. It's actually okay. So I don't know which ones I got right. You guys let me know in the comments. I don't know which ones I got right or wrong, but I feel like I should know more. But I might obviously redo my knowledge eventually. But if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to get me to 700 subscribers by the end of the May. If you guys enjoyed me reacting to the FNAF 4, let me know in the comments what you guys want to see me react to next. And that's all from me. That's all from FNAF and the FNAF 4 quiz. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Okay, time to relax for the night and just digest all that.